Hello, friends. Welcome to StoryVoyage, where we share the most amazing and unbelievable stories from around the world. Today, we have a collection of facts that are hard to believe but absolutely real. Get ready to be amazed and inspired. Let's go. 35 unbelievable real facts. Giant mushrooms 400 million years ago. Giant mushrooms up to 8 meters tall and 1 meter in diameter dominated Earth. Explanation: these fungi, known as protoxytes, were some of the largest living organisms at the time when there were no trees on Earth. Immortal jellyfish, the jellyfish Turritopsis dohrnii, can revert to its juvenile stage after reaching maturity, making it potentially immortal. Explanation: this jellyfish can regress into a polyp from which it grew, restarting its life cycle and avoiding death. Eternal lightning in Venezuela. In Venezuela, there is a place called Catatumbo, where lightning strikes up to 280 times an hour, 160 nights a year. Explanation: this phenomenon occurs due to the collision of cold and warm air masses over the Catatumbo River, creating constant thunderstorms. Giant underground lake beneath the Kalahari Desert. Under the Kalahari Desert in Africa lies a giant underground lake, almost the size of Belgium. Explanation: this underground lake, known as Kalahari Ingami, is located about 300 meters deep and contains a vast amount of fresh water. Blood falls in Antarctica. In Antarctica, there is a waterfall that looks like flowing blood. Explanation: this phenomenon, called blood falls, is caused by the high iron content in the salty water, which oxidizes upon contact with air, turning the water red. Dragons. In ancient times in China, the remains of a prehistoric creature, Dracaraptor hanagani, were found, resembling a dragon. Explanation: this predatory dinosaur lived around 200 million years ago and possibly inspired ancient dragon legends. Sequoias, the largest living organisms on Earth. Sequoia trees are the largest living organisms on Earth, reaching heights of over 100 meters. Explanation: sequoias can live for thousands of years and have enormous wood volumes, making them the most massive living organisms. The human body glows. The human body emits a faint glow invisible to the human eye. Explanation: this glow, called biophotonic emission, results from chemical reactions in our cells. The Sahara used to be green about 10,000 years ago. The Sahara was green and fertile with rivers and lakes. Explanation: changes in the Earth's axis and orbit led to climatic changes that turned this region into a desert. Deep sea jellyfish with headlights. Some species of deep sea jellyfish have bioluminescent organs that glow in the dark. Explanation: these headlights are used by jellyfish for hunting and defense, attracting prey or deterring predators. Pangaea supercontinent. About 335 million years ago, all Earth's continents were united in one supercontinent called Pangaea. Explanation: geological data and tectonic plate studies confirm the existence of Pangaea, which later split to form the modern continents. Blue lava of Kawah Ijen volcano. The Kawah Ijen volcano in Indonesia erupts blue lava. Explanation: this effect is due to the high sulfur content in the lava, which burns with a blue flame upon contact with oxygen. Metallic hydrogen. Under extremely high pressure, hydrogen can turn into a metallic state. Explanation: metallic hydrogen was first created in laboratory conditions in 2017, and its properties are still being studied by scientists. The oldest known object in the universe is zircon crystals from Australia, estimated to be about 4.4 billion years old. Explanation: these zircon crystals were found in the Jack Hills region of Australia and provide insights into Earth's early history. Possibility of giant oceans inside Earth. Scientists hypothesize that huge reservoirs of water, larger than all surface oceans combined, might exist beneath Earth's surface. Explanation: these reservoirs may be trapped in minerals like ringwoodite about 700 kilometers below the surface. The deepest hole in the world, the Kola super deep borehole in Russia, reached a depth of over 12 kilometers, making it the deepest hole ever drilled by humans. Explanation: this borehole was drilled for scientific research in the 1970s and reached temperatures exceeding 180 degrees Celsius. Living organisms without oxygen. Scientists have discovered multicellular organisms that can survive and reproduce without oxygen. Explanation: these organisms, found at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea, belong to the class Loricifera and thrive in anaerobic conditions. Giant icebergs. The largest recorded iceberg was the size of Jamaica. Explanation: iceberg B-15 broke off from Antarctica in 2000 and had an area of about 11,000 square kilometers. Burning Everglades in Turkmenistan. In Turkmenistan, there is the Darvaza gas crater, also known as the Gates of Hell, which has been burning for over 40 years. Explanation: this crater was formed when a drilling rig collapsed in 1971, and scientists decided to set the escaping gas on fire to prevent its spread. Mars blue sunset. Sunsets on Mars appear blue. Explanation: this happens due to the dust in the Martian atmosphere, which scatters sunlight differently depending on the wavelength. Frogs that freeze and thaw. Wood frogs can completely freeze in winter and come back to life in spring. Explanation: frogs use glucose as antifreeze to protect their cells from damage during freezing. Jellyfish that can clone themselves. Some species of jellyfish can produce clones of themselves. Explanation: when a jellyfish is cut in half, each half can regenerate and become a separate organism. Sun Dune Cave in Vietnam. The Sun Dune Cave in Vietnam is so large that entire city blocks, including skyscrapers, can fit inside it. Explanation: the cave was discovered in 1991 and is the largest in the world by volume. Secret oceans on Jupiter and Saturn's moons. Beneath the icy surface of Jupiter's moon Europa and Saturn's moon Enceladus may lie oceans. Explanation: these oceans might contain liquid water and could be potential habitats for extraterrestrial life. Ghost cities in China. There are numerous fully built cities in China that remain almost empty. Explanation: these cities were constructed as part of large-scale infrastructure projects but failed to attract sufficient residents. Water bears. Tardigrades in space. Tardigrades, also known as water bears, can survive in the vacuum of space. Explanation: these microscopic creatures can endure extreme conditions, including radiation, dehydration, and freezing temperatures, by entering a state called cryptobiosis. The boiling river of the Amazon. In the Amazon rainforest, there is a river that reaches temperatures hot enough to boil. Explanation: the Shanay Timpishka, also known as the boiling river, is heated by geothermal activity and can reach temperatures up to 93 degrees 199 def. Butterflies taste with their feet. Butterflies have taste receptors on their feet. Explanation: when butterflies land on plants, they use these receptors to taste and determine if the plant is suitable for laying eggs. The Earth's core is as hot as the sun's surface. The temperature of Earth's core is approximately the same as the surface of the sun. Explanation: the inner core of Earth reaches temperatures around 500 932 degrees, comparable to the sun's surface. Zombie fungus. The Ophiocordyceps fungus can control the minds of ants. Explanation: this parasitic fungus infects ants, takes over their central nervous systems, and forces them to climb vegetation, where the fungus can then grow and spread its spores. Diamonds rain on Saturn and Jupiter. On Saturn and Jupiter, it is believed that it rains diamonds. Explanation: high-pressure conditions in the atmospheres of these gas giants can turn carbon into diamonds, which then fall like rain. Venus surface temperature. The surface of Venus is hot enough to melt lead. Explanation: Venus has an average surface temperature of about 467 degrees 72 def due to a runaway greenhouse effect caused by its thick carbon dioxide atmosphere. Eternal life of the hydra. The hydra, a small freshwater organism, does not age and can potentially live forever. Explanation: hydras possess regenerative abilities, allowing them to continuously replace their cells and avoid aging. Plants communicate. Plants can communicate with each other using chemical signals. Explanation: through a process called allelopathy, plants release chemicals into the soil to inhibit the growth of nearby competing plants or to signal distress. The baobab tree. The baobab tree can live for over 3,000 years. Explanation: known as the tree of life, baobabs have incredible longevity and resilience, storing water in their massive trunks to survive droughts. Thank you for joining us on Story Voyage. We hope you enjoyed these incredible facts. If you want more amazing stories, make sure to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments which fact impressed you the most. See you in the next episode.